Good morning, everybody. It is 8:15, I think. Um, I haven't changed the clocks in this room, and they're all saying. Well, that one's saying almost 8:30. What is this one saying? Okay, this one's really messed up because this one is saying 9:15. Um, so it's probably closer to 7:30. I'm not sure because I got two different clocks, battery powered clocks, and I can't tell what time it is because I don't have my watch on, and I can't look at the time on this without stopping the video. But I'm gonna say it's roughly 8:30. I woke up. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting warm in this room. I woke up a little bit after 7. I've been trying to do a video since then, and well, between trying to decide what to talk about because I couldn't get my brain into Bible mode. I think that's probably because of what's been going on lately. As you guys probably know from my last video, Jerry had her surgery. She had sent me pre and post X-ray shots of her knee area, and you can definitely tell where the mass that was the tumor was because it's a black mass on her knee, or in her knee. They removed that and they put some kind of cement or something like that that's supposed to be good for the bone or something like that, and then a plate over that with pins. So that was done Thursday, and of course, Jerry being Jerry, she was in good high spirits, and I sometimes I wonder because she's been in high spirits ever since then, and I'm like, what kind of medication do you got you on? Because I want some. I'm pretty sure because she's got an IV and whatnot, the IV's probably got some sort of painkiller or something like that dripping into her system, as well as other valuable chemicals or whatnot for her body. Painkillers, who knows what else. But I was going to try to go yesterday into St. Louis, but because of concerns and conflicts and finances and all that stuff, that was a no-go. Because the cheapest way for me to get into St. Louis would have been me getting a ride from Mom and Carla to Union, Missouri, and jumping on Amtrak for $15 to go into town. But Jerry was like, no, because you'll be in the car with Carla, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're concerned over me being in the car for a couple hours with a person who cannot, for whatever reason, I don't know what her reason is, but her doctor said she cannot get the COVID vaccine. Over the fact that I spend 8 hours a day around all kinds of people, and most of my coworkers, we wear masks because it's still it's still part of the policy with the company right now. Yet the school itself, the school itself has told the student body that that it's no longer mandated for them to wear a mask. So I'm around hundreds of people 40 hours a week not wearing masks, and who knows how many of them are vaccinated or not. I am pretty sure most of them, if not all of them, have to have their vaccines in their card saying they got them just to come back to school. But still, it's not logical. The math and the logic does not match. So it's kind of like, okay. We looked at everything from Here's the funny part. First thing we looked at was Greyhound. Greyhound said that they had bus rides into St. Louis for 36 bucks. But St. Robert, which is 45 minutes west of me, no stop. Rolla, which used to have a stop, no stop. Sullivan, which we didn't look at, which is 45 minutes away, they may or may not have a stop. It almost sounded like the corridor between Springfield and St. Louis, there were no stops. Like the whole corridor. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, something blocked the whole screen. I was like, what the? But yeah, it looked like from Springfield to St. Louis, there was no bus stops unless you wanted to drive an hour and a half north to Jeff City. And I'm like, hour and a half to Jeff City or an hour and a half to 2 hours to St. Louis. Okay, sure. No, that's all right. Look for a different way. Yeah, no other way to get to St. Louis other than paying for gas for Carla to Carla and Mom to go to St. Louis to take me to St. Louis. Yeah. So tonight, Sunday night, Lisa and Julie are returning from St. Louis. Jerry will have to be without company except for the nurses and whatnot until Tuesday morning, because Lisa's got to go back to Texas Tuesday morning. Julie doesn't want to just bring Lisa here, drop her off and head back to St. Louis. It's just too much driving for her. So she's coming back tonight, sleeping here, and then we're going to go in the morning, Tuesday morning, which is fine by me. I know I've had people ask, why don't you drive yourself, blah, blah, blah. Well, two reasons why. The first and primary reason is I do not like driving in the cities. To get from where I live to where Jerry is in the hospital, I have to do the big old spaghetti, the St. Louis spaghetti bowl, as I call it. And no, that between the other vehicles and trying to listen to GPS and look at road signs and whatnot, no, that's just too much for me. I have difficulty getting from where I know to someplace I don't know, because once I hit that unknown area, I start getting like anxiety ridden and nervous and just like, and then I start getting angry and mad, and I don't want to cause or be in the middle of an accident because of my discomfort. I know a lot of people are like, well, you're planning on getting an RV. How are you going to drive an RV if you don't like driving in the city? Simple. Don't go into the city. Drive around the city. If my destination is not in the middle of a city, I will find roads. I don't care if they're Bob's Road to get around a big city, especially something like St. Louis or Dallas or Phoenix or Denver or LA. I don't plan on going to California unless I'm going through. I'm not going. Put it this way: when I get my RV, if I ever get an RV, I'm gonna say if because I don't know right now. Unless my destination is in the middle of a city, I'm not gonna worry about cities. I'll drive around them. I'll take the long way, the scenic route, which is the whole purpose in my mind for having an RV, is not to go through a city unless you have to. Go the scenic route. I know there are several cities like Phoenix that have no roundabout. It's literally you have to go through Phoenix. Of course, the only thing I plan on doing in Arizona, unless I go into Phoenix to visit family, is the Grand Canyon. There's a couple different, I know of at least 2 or 3 different locations for RVing that aren't in the city. They're either on the outskirts of the city or they're like Sedona, Arizona, which is, for lack of better words, a hippie destination. A lot of hippies go there because, according to legend and lore, Sedona, Arizona has some sort of mystical power point. I don't know, it's all new agey, hippy dippy type don't want to make fun of the hippies because, I mean, Lisa basically considers herself a hippie. Um, Maybe I should be calling them free-spirited people because that's almost like Lisa. She's very free-spirited. But anyhow, that's number one reason for me not wanting to drive is because driving through a city, not my favorite thing to do. The second reason is a 2.5 hour drive, and if I'm driving by myself, and I don't care if I'm blasting my music or whatnot, I'm gonna have to make multiple stops. Maybe one stop for gas. Maybe 2 stops for drinks, if I can handle drinking on the road, soda or whatnot. 3, I'm gonna have to find something that's not gonna cause me to have to stop every 15 minutes to go to the bathroom or something like that to keep me awake. Long distance travel, I mean, just for example, I'm just going to give you an example. When we were living in New York and I had to drive from our house to practically the other side, if not the middle of Long Island, New York, to a job. Especially when I was having to go early in the morning. Like if I was working a job like I have to be there at 6 a.m., I would have to wake up in New York at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to wake up, get dressed, and get going. Get my car, the car that I was driving at the time, because it wasn't a minivan we have now. It was an old LeSabre. I think it was a LeSabre. I don't remember. But I used to make fun of it because it was handed down from a family member to an older sister to Jerry to me. So I was like the fourth person to drive it. And it was so old and worn out that we had to have a milk crate behind the driver's seat so you wouldn't be laying down. But still, the milk crate did not do the greatest job. So I'm like this, trying to drive. Almost in a position that would be perfect for me to fall asleep, but I can fall asleep sitting up like this. So there's a couple of times that I was driving there, and luckily nobody else was on the road, which was surprising for the New York streets and whatnot. But I got onto this one road that was the longest stretch without turns or stoplights or anything like that. It was was it the Wantar or the Meadowbrook Parkway? I can't remember which one it was. But there were several times I literally felt the car accelerate or swerve because I was like, falling asleep at the wheel. No. I'm not putting myself in that kind of danger ever again. No. It's one of the reasons why I do not like driving long distances, because if I start to fall asleep at the wheel, especially in most of the locations I go to nowadays, or get driven to, I would definitely be falling asleep, and there's way too much traffic on the road between semi-trucks and regular vehicles and the whole night. No, thank you. I am not ever putting myself in a dangerous situation like that again. I would either have to be hyped up on caffeine pills where I'm just sitting there going, no. I do not want to do that ever again. I've never been hyped up on caffeine pills where I'm like driving looking like Animal from the Muppets, But that's basically my reasons for not wanting to drive into the city or anything like that. I mean, if I lived in a city and I had to do the drive, if I lived in a city and had to drive from point A to point B because of jobs or whatnot, so be it. But since I don't live in the city, even in New York, if we had to go someplace like in the city, like Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, anything that I consider a city, because even out in Long Island, I was like, okay, this is not the city, this is the suburbs, so still it's crowded and noisy. I would find a way to do it. Of course, when somebody told, somebody back in I think it was my older brother-in-law was like, so when you gonna, drive into the city or whatnot? And I'm like, sure. Do you want me to drive in the city? Fine. Give me an Abrams. Everybody was like, an Abrams? What's that? What the heck? An Abrams is basically a military all-terrain armored personnel carrier. Yeah. When I had to explain that to them, they were like, why would you need that? I'm like, because one, y'all a bunch of crazy drivers up there in New York. That's one. Two, if I want to get from point A to point B, I'm not wanting to sit in traffic. I do not want to sit an hour and a half during rush hour on the Long Island Expressway. Or even the what was that other one? The sun. You had the the Northern State Parkway. You had the Sun something or other Parkway, and those were the two main arteries going from east to west or west to east. We got stuck in that traffic once, and I was like, no wonder everybody's upset and pissed off and honking at each other and trying to cut each other off. That's why I wanted Abrams. I'd just plow through everything. I'd either plow through the traffic or just go, okay, oh, look, there's enough grass for me to just go on the embankment or whatever and take off. But, yeah, no. Driving in New York, you might as well either have a big death machine or a helicopter. That's why a lot of the rich people who live further out on the island will take a taxi or a limo or whatnot to one of the smaller airports that have helicopter service, jump on a helicopter and fly to their destination on the other end of Long Island. Yeah. No. I will never live in a big city like that ever again. I'd rather, literally, if somebody gave me a choice, live the rest of my life in an RV or in the city, I'd be like, that's the dumbest question ever, because I'll take that RV right now. Thank you very much. I was joking with Mom the other day because Jerry was very persistent of getting a P.O. box. And when we finally got the P.O. box, I was joking with Mom. I said, well, now that Jerry's got the P.O. box, we can get rid of the house. We can sell everything that we don't need that will fit in an RV and get the RV and just put all our clothes in there, our laptop, computer, our essentials, basically. And not have to worry about a physical address ever again. Because we got a P.O. box. As long as we stop by Rolla, stop by Missouri every so often to pick up our mail, we don't need that house address no more. We don't need to be in the house. Mom was laughing about it because she was like, yeah, we can do that, and I can move to Arizona, and you guys can do whatever. And I was like, well, that would be a great future plan, but right now with all the things going on with Jerry, it's just another thing on the back burner. And I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying that don't know if or when. So, but hey, I'm just happy that Jerry's doing good and the operation went smoothly. Tuesday's operation is they're going to, as she quoted the doctor, put a nail through the leg from top femur to lower femur where the knee was done, or the lower femur was done, and keep her for observations for, I don't know if I said 24 to 48 hours. So she could be returning Wednesday or Thursday. Now the thing is, if she's returning Wednesday, that's great, because that's when I have to be back here. And then Julie won't have to worry about spending the night here and then driving back up there to pick her up. But It's, yeah, it's been a fun ordeal. I've been having some good times and bad times. Yesterday was one of those days where I was just like, the heck with it. I'm going to do my laundry, some basic cleaning in the bedroom, and basically that's all the work I'm going to do. Today, I got to finish up laundry because I didn't get to finish up laundry. My timing for laundry and everything else that I was doing was off kilter. I'm going to try to go outside later on in the afternoon, somewhere around 1 or 2, when it's supposed to be at its warmest, to take down the Halloween decor outside. And then maybe if I can find it without too much trouble, I'm going to put up 1 or 2 Halloween not Halloween, Thanksgiving decorations, because one of the things I want to put up, even if that's the only thing I put up, is a blow up turkey, giant turkey that inflates. So yeah, that's basically what my plans are. Now, if my plans go well, yay. If my plans don't go well, oh well. That is life. I put up Halloween decorations like the weekend before Halloween, so I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get the time to put up Thanksgiving until then. As long as I get Halloween taken down, I'm fine. Anyhow, excuse me. Can't believe a yawn can take thoughts out of my head. Oh, one of the things I did for Jerry to help cheer her up yesterday was the birds were going nuts at the bird feeder yesterday, and the first set of pictures I took to try to send to Jerry, as soon as I got my camera out and was about ready to take the snapshot, they all flew away. I'm like, yeah, camera shy, aren't you? And that's what I did. As I sent the 2 pictures and went, must be camera shy, because as soon as I got that camera out, it was like, they're gone. The second set that I was able to send to her, there's 2 birds. One of them was a woodpecker, and the other one was just a regular finch. Were on the suet cake holder, and the woodpecker was just, had its back to me, didn't know what was going on, and just going to town on the suet cake. And the little finch kind of looked up as I had the camera. He looked right at me as I took the picture, and I sent a picture to Jerry, and I'll probably try to put it at the end of this. And the caption I put under the picture in the text area to text her was, he's looking at me like, hey, you're looking at me? Like a wise guy. So it was cute, but it made her day. That's all that mattered to me. That's all that mattered to me, was the fact that I got pictures that made her day. So I have a semi-busy day ahead of me, so I'm going to let you guys go. She asked me to call her after I was done with the vlogging and whatnot, so that's what I'm going to do here in a second. I know it seems like I'm just rambling, because the fact that I'm processing a lot. One of the things that I'm still processing is yesterday, a lot of the comments from yesterday, which were excellent comments. I enjoyed them. I try to give replies to most of them, especially the ones that seemed like they needed a reply. I apologize to anybody who got a reply that seemed a little jumbled, because I'm learning how to use voice to text, so I don't have to worry about trying to, do this. And I noticed today one of the comments, because I got a return comment that was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, voice to text sometimes does not fully understand what I'm saying and changes the words to something else. And I'm like, huh? Like, I noticed that when I try to say them, it puts him. And I'm like, that's not what I said. So, yeah, I'm still learning that and how to correct it and all that fun stuff. I wish there was a way to, well, I guess if I had autocorrect off, it would probably be a whole lot worse because when I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but sometimes when I'm talking and I get a little excited or whatnot, I talk very fast. So autocorrect or voice to text kind of is trying to catch up. Like it will be here and I'm down here. Yeah. Technology can be very fun and useful, but sometimes it can be very annoying when it wants to be slow or like, dude, slow down. Don't talk so fast. So sometimes I have to delete like a sentence or two and just talk very slowly at my phone. I'm sorry. It makes me laugh because technology sometimes is like, I thought this was supposed to make our lives better, but in actuality, it's making my life a little bit harder. But anyhow, you guys know what to do down here. I'm not worried about the thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe, don't subscribe, that's up to you. I'm focusing more lately on the comments because I want to be more interactive with my viewers by trying to reply. Hopefully I'm doing a fairly decent job. That's my biggest concern because one of the things I noticed, especially with Jerry's channel, and it upsets me a little bit, is Jerry's channel, there's very little to no interaction anymore. Jerry just does the channel, does what she wants to do, and either asks me or Julie to help her with replies and whatnot. And I'm sitting there going, I understand her issue with replying because the fact her reading puts her to sleep, but she discovered it before I did. There's a new feature on the Apple phones where they have this new setting where you can set it up where you click on a sentence, paragraph, page, whatever, and your phone will read it to you. So you don't have to go through the, you can just hit this section that you want to read and hit another button or double tap on the section you want read to you and it does it for you. And I'm like, I've got a number of books in my cloud that I've been wanting to read but haven't taken the time to read. So I got to figure out how to do that so I can have my phone read it to me while I work on something. But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go before I continue rambling. So yeah, put your comments in there. I would prefer if the comments were on about this video or was something to do with what this video had in it. There was one day I found comments that had nothing to do with the video, and I just kind of went, where did these comments come from, and what are they talking about? Now, that being said, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just like I was confused. Because I was like, what is this person talking about? And I had to literally go back and double check what video the person was talking about, because I know not everybody can watch my daily videos on the day they come out. So, it is. But anyhow, I gotta shut up. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm feeling a whole lot better than I had been Thursday and Friday. So, it's to be expected for me to continue talking about whatever. But anyhow, you guys have a good day. Enjoy. See you around. Bye.